Apple is finally preparing to enter the foldable smartphone era, and if the latest leaks are accurate, this could be the biggest change to the iPhone since its very first release. After years of speculation, industry insiders now suggest that Apple's first foldable iPhone is scheduled to launch in September 2026, and the early details hint at something truly ambitious. Unlike current foldable phones that feel experimental, Apple appears to be taking a carefully planned, long-term approach, one focused on usability, durability, and premium experience. Let's break down what makes this foldable iPhone so important and why it could redefine smartphones altogether. A dual-display design that finally makes sense. At the heart of Apple's foldable iPhone is a dual-screen setup designed to balance portability with productivity. Leaks suggest the outer display will measure around 5.3 to 5.5 inches, making it compact and comfortable for everyday tasks like texting, calls, and notifications when the phone is folded. This means users won't need to open the phone for quick interactions. Once unfolded, the inner flexible display expands to roughly 7.7 to 7.8 inches, transforming the device into a mini tablet. This larger screen would be ideal for watching videos, editing photos, multitasking, reading documents, or even light work tasks. This design creates the best of both worlds, a phone that's easy to carry, yet powerful enough to replace a tablet for many users. Apple's biggest challenge: killing the crease. One of the biggest complaints about foldable phones today is the visible crease in the middle of the screen. Apple seems determined to solve this problem before releasing its device. Reports indicate Apple is working with advanced materials and specialty glass suppliers to create a display that looks smooth and seamless, even when folded thousands of times. If Apple succeeds in making the crease nearly invisible, it could remove the biggest psychological barrier stopping mainstream users from buying foldables. This single improvement alone could push foldable phones into true mass adoption. A smarter camera system for a foldable world. Apple isn't just folding a phone, it's redesigning how cameras work on a foldable device. Leaks suggest the rear camera setup will feature two high-resolution 48MP sensors, maintaining Apple's flagship photography standards. On the outside screen, users will likely get a front camera designed for selfies and video calls when the phone is closed, possibly integrated with Apple's familiar dynamic island. The real innovation, however, lies inside. The internal display is expected to feature an under-display camera, hidden beneath the screen and invisible when not in use. Unlike current under-screen cameras that struggle with image quality, Apple is reportedly targeting a much higher resolution, delivering clean, usable photos and video calls. This setup allows users to shoot high-quality videos using rear cameras while previewing on the large inner screen, switch seamlessly between folded and unfolded shooting, use the device naturally in both phone and tablet modes. Why Apple is bringing back Touch ID. One of the biggest surprises is Apple's decision to ditch Face ID for this foldable iPhone. Instead, leaks suggest a side-mounted Touch ID fingerprint scanner will handle authentication. This choice is purely practical. Face ID hardware takes up internal space, and space is extremely limited inside a thin folding device. Touch ID also works reliably whether the phone is open or closed, in low light, or at awkward angles. For a foldable form factor, it's actually a smarter solution. This decision shows Apple prioritizing function and reliability over tradition. Built to last, a stronger hinge system. Durability has always been a concern with foldable phones, and Apple appears to be taking this seriously. Insiders describe the hinge mechanism as exceptionally strong and heavily reinforced, designed to survive years of folding without loosening or breaking. Apple's goal seems to be delivering a foldable that feels solid, premium, and trustworthy. Something users can rely on daily, not just admire. This approach aligns with Apple's reputation. Release fewer products, but make them feel polished and dependable. Price and market strategy. a premium statement. Let's talk about price, because this device won't be cheap. Industry analysts estimate the foldable iPhone will cost between $2,000 and $2,500, placing it firmly in the ultra-premium category. Apple isn't targeting mass adoption on day one. Instead, this phone is aimed at professionals, creators, and early adopters who want the most advanced iPhone possible. Shipment estimates suggest Apple may initially produce 3 to 5 million units, reinforcing the idea that this is a high-end showcase product rather than a mainstream replacement. How this could change Apple's ecosystem. Apple's foldable iPhone could blur the line between iPhones and iPads. With a tablet-sized inner screen, users may rely less on iPads for casual tasks. This device could become a two-in-one solution, a phone that transforms into a productivity tool when needed. For developers, this creates exciting opportunities. Since it remains part of the iPhone ecosystem, apps won't need to be rebuilt from scratch. Instead, developers can enhance existing apps to take advantage of the foldable display, speeding up adoption. The bigger picture. Apple's foldable bet. Apple isn't rushing into foldables. They're waiting for the technology to be good enough. By focusing on minimal screen creases, strong durability, thoughtful authentication, seamless software experience, Apple aims to make foldables feel natural, not experimental. If Apple delivers on these promises, the foldable iPhone could mark the moment foldables shift from luxury curiosities to everyday tools. Final thoughts. Apple's first foldable iPhone isn't just another phone, it's a statement. A statement that foldables can be practical, durable, and intuitive. A statement that innovation doesn't need to be rushed. And a statement that the future of smartphones may be flexible. Literally. If Apple succeeds, the foldable iPhone could become the most important smartphone release of the decade.